This is tutorial 12, which is a Tupolev backfire attack on a U.S. carrier in the Indian Ocean. We assume that the U.S. carrier has been detected. If it hasn't been, then the Tupolevs will have to fly very close to the carrier and will probably not survive the combat air patrol F-14s. Presuming that the F-14s are in the intercept mode on the carrier, they conduct a cap, which consists of placing the F-14 up to 2 hexes away on top of the hex of incoming aircraft. So let's assume here that the Tupolev backfires have been detected previously, or they were detected by the E-2C that is deployed atop the carrier. The E-2C, at a range of 2 strategic hexes, has a capacity to detect on a roll of 6 of 5 or less. So it's a 50% chance of making a detection. So let's assume that the Tupolevs have been detected by the E-2C. Then a single cap is placed on top of the Tupolevs. We assume that there's 3 units there. And the F-14's performance in air-to-air combat is rating is a 9. An average roll of a 5 would be 4 or less, which would produce this effect. And the Tupolevs have an ECM of 4. On an average roll of 5, could you take the highest ECM? There would be no change, and 3 hits would be 1 hit per Tupolev, and the Tupolevs would all be aborted. They'd all have to return to base. But let's assume that the Tupolevs are not detected, and so they can launch at 2 strategic hex range. They've got a formidable anti-ship missile capability of a 9. If they were to roll an average of 5, you'd have a damage inflicted of 4 or less. That'd be 3 hits per Tupolev for a total of 9 hits. The carrier can absorb a total of 5 hits, and the carrier's got an ECM ability of 6. So even if they made an average roll of 5, that's 1 less, you'd have the damage inflicted by the Tupolevs from 3 hits each to 2 hits each for a total of 6 hits, which is still sufficient to sink the carrier. So this just highlights the importance of deploying the carrier for the Americans out of range of the Tupolev backfires, and the need to use the B-52s to destroy the possible air bases where the Tupolevs can be deployed, which is typically